like to talk about our messaging. So all of the wonderful comments that have been made about patient empowerment, and Tom, you kicked us off with patient-centered approach to care and survivorship. What's important to our organization is how to empower women to live as long as possible with the best quality of life. And the communication styles that we all use in our organizations, I think, can make a real difference to how people interpret information and how they can be empowered. So I might encourage the group to consider the term patient. To me, I think the term patient often has a connotation of a relationship you have with a provider. It goes to something you said recently, Selma, which got me sort of going, thinking of the different relationships one can have with their provider. But if it is a more patient-centered approach to care and survivorship, and patients, people, are more interactive and engaged in their care and treatment decisions and life after treatment ends, I would encourage us to move away from, even though the term patient is easy to use, but patient, I think, to many people connotes a relationship that isn't perhaps as empowering as it could be, because we're all people affected by cancer.
You know, Elise, you may recall we started, when we were doing the radio show, I used the term one-day medical consumer a long time ago. And a doctor called into the show. He was very angry. He was driving his car, was on the radio, and he called in, and he was a little belligerent with me, and he said, "I don't like that word." He said, "You made me feel like a mechanic when I heard it." And I said, well, in all actuality, you are like the mechanic of our bodies. And it really stuck with me.
That's an example to my broader message, which is our messaging, our language, the way we communicate to the public can have an impact.
I was at a cancer care dinner honoring Diane last week in New York, and one of the guests came up to me and explained that she was a consumer. And I started asking, you know, what's your experience been with cancer? And she said, well, I'm a consumer. And I said, well, what do you mean? She meant she's a survivor. And again, I mean, we're all consumers to some degree, but survivorship, patient, these are still meaningful terms, and I think we can't just throw them all out or reinvent them. I think we need to explain them.